Listening to a new artist called Slim the Mobster, and I got motivated. He had a record called Gunplay. And to me, when I listened to it, it reminded me of, you know, the classic hardcore rap, which I've been missing. So I just got motivated, and I just said, you know, I just want to do an album. And nowadays, it's easier to do an album. I don't really need a record label. I don't need anything. I can just do an album. But I don't really want to, I didn't want to do it. Let's say this, I don't really like the term mixtape, because to me mixtape, it kind of brings down the value of the work. So I wanted to just do original music, get original music and make an album. And I think, you know, there's a lost art of making albums, you know, where you gotta hear the whole piece of work. It all goes together. One song means something and they all connect. I just feel like I want to do it. So I went to Twitter and I said, hey, you know, I'd like anybody that would be interested in being part of this project to send me some tracks. And in 2 days, I got about 700 tracks. Now I have 500 tracks I haven't listened to. And some of this stuff is really good. Some of the stuff's kind of whack. I ain't gonna front. Like people just bought a Casio machine and thought this was their break. But a lot of this stuff is really good. And people are like, well, how are you gonna do the album? And I said, well, what you do is I will pick, say 15 songs that have now competed for the top slots. Then I call every producer at that point, do the deal with the producer, like the cuts, and then once I own the tracks or have control of the tracks, I'll go in the studio with the 15 tracks and cut the album. And any rapper could tell you, if they got the music and the music is hot, they could probably do an album in 2 weeks. You know, you can just, and then you got one train of thought going, you figure out who you want to have on the hooks, or who anybody you want to do the collabs with then, and I'm gonna make an album. Now, is it gonna be a hit album? Probably not, because I don't really make pop music, and without radio, it's difficult to sell those numbers. But it'll be a piece of work. And I've always been like, it's all about content. It doesn't really matter. I'm at a point right now where it doesn't have to sell a lot, so I just want to put more content out, because it's just something else you can go to and say, this is another piece of Ice-T's work.